Good morning, it's Julie. It's Thursday, last day of the quarter, March 31st, 2016. Last day of the month, last day of the quarter. And good news equals good news today, I'm afraid. We might actually get one and have a directional trade today. Let's look at the rules and disclosures real quick first. Futures trading contains substantial risk and is not for every investor. Past performance is not indicative of future results. And the hypothetical performance disclaimer and other disclosures on my website. Please review those before trading any strategy. Today we have jobless claims and Chicago PMI. We don't have to fear these reports today because the Fed has already indicated that they're going to take this gradually and slow given the global economic climate. That will give the markets, the emerging markets, a chance and the commodities to rally to get a little bit more of inflation on the books before we do that first rate hike. And the markets have responded accordingly. Look at all this green on the board. So you know where the markets are heading because of that lower dollar. Unfortunately, the only thing that can put the Casbah on this is that we have some Fed members, including Dudley, coming out and talking today. But fortunately for me, they're going to be talking after I don't care later in the afternoon, and I can adjust for that tomorrow. So this morning, no matter what the report is, I still say it's going to be a green go because we know what path the Fed is on, and so it really doesn't matter what those reports are. As long as I have my weekly daily 60-15 going in this direction, I'm going to be cherry picking these markets. I'm just going to go and wait for my pullbacks. And how I do that, this is a VWAP strategy I have. You put it on a small time frame like a Unirinco, one of my favorites. Wait for a breakout of congestion and then just jump on and ride her up. That's, so I'm waiting for this trade to get over my river of gold to the upside and continue rallying up, and I will be hopping on that. Take a look at the euro that's moving nicely again this morning. And here is my strategy. And just jump in. I mean, this is the trajectory. We have a pretty clear path, so I'm waiting for my opportunities. Come back and test these areas and then get in after a little bit of a break below. The E-mini, or excuse me, the euro likes to do these fake out breakouts and then resume the trend. When you're in a trend and you think that that VWAP is going to get the trend going, it always comes back for that second push down. So this is like a 1-2 down, and then when I get that second push lower, I know it's okay to jump back in. Usually, I'm just saying I've noticed. Here's an example of it. You think that it's gonna go, but here it comes back for that second push down. So they come in all. Here's another example. So when you see a pattern, there's several ways to play that. You just wait for the second. The second mouse gets the cheese. Or you can just wait for your stochastic to line up at the bottom. And that's another good location to tell you it's okay to go for that trade now. Look at that. Look at these stochastics lining up. This one didn't work out, but it didn't stop you out. It would have given you a heart attack as it came back against you, but there you go. So we're up in the clouds now. We might, continue just pushing higher. I'll see if we can get a pullback into the open and take that next runner up, as the board is definitely green today. Let's look at the crude. We came down, pushed through 38, got down to 37.50, and then the market is now back up to 38.50 almost. So we're under the previous river of gold, which is very wide. So because it's so wide, I would expect that we are going to start pushing inside of that on today's session and maybe chop sideways, chop around. So crude may not be the best market to trade this, even though we have weekly, daily, 60, 15. No, we're trying to get daily. Not quite there yet. So, another good one would be the bonds. Wait for that retracement and then continue with the bonds. But definitely the E-mini and the euro, gold also today. What a rally up this is seen, coming back off the bottoms. So that's the game plan. Very easy to trade. These Unirinkos, you can set them on any bar size that you want. I think it's much easier to trade the Unirinkos than the 1 minute bar, for instance. But if you want to use the 1 minute, that's always an option. Taking a trade at the super trend is a good indication of that trend continuation. So just play your intraday levels on crude. We're under the previous river of gold. So to get long on this, I would rather see a push above yesterday high, and then go, and that would be something. We're already, well, that would be something. That would be like a 2 or 3% climb and then go, but it's going to be bumpy in here. Do you see how wide that river of gold is? It'll be choppy in here. I doubt that it's going to go vertically through it. If it's going to go vertically through it, it's because the size is very small and doesn't have any base to hold it in. And that's why it's able to come back to that level and bounce off of it. But when it's wide, the price tends to, if it returns back to it at all, it'll either reflect off of it or get inside of it and go sideways. So just pay attention. Price below river of gold, I'm usually looking for shorts, and that would be against my trade plan. So crude is not the best market for me today. I'd rather play the ES and the euro on those job reports and the inflation numbers. So be careful, and also consumer confidence. So just watch out for President Evans speaking at 9:30. I guess there is one, and Williams at 12, but Dudley's not until later. So they can throw all the gasoline on this rally that they want by their continued incessant talks of raising interest rates into global weakness. So that's my Thursday report. Y'all have a good one, and I will chat at you later. Thank you.